the sort of recent sort of turn away from globalization that we've sort of seen with Trump's election, for example, is almost certainly bad news for the developing world. It's possible to come up with exotic stories where being forced to specialize in something else which has greater scope for learning could be, in the long run, good for developing countries, but most likely it's unambiguously bad for these developing countries. So in response to this, developing countries could think about trying to increase the skills of their workforce. There's a chance that, if you're no longer able to produce low-skill manufacturers, or the demand for your low-skill manufacturers is worse, then trying to upgrade the skill of your workforce may push you into more rewarding sectors. I have some work that suggests that in Mexico, the arrival of export manufacturing opportunities led youths to drop out of school at younger ages to take up these low-skilled jobs. And potentially, if there's less of these jobs in these countries, youths will acquire more education. They may be able to move into other sectors which have potentially greater long-run growth potential. While I think I would prefer to take these jobs now and the incomes that come with it, there is potentially a silver lining that in the long run this may sort of jumpstart some sort of growth. I think globalization has been a huge benefit to developing countries. It's allowed them to vastly expand their manufacturing sectors, where we think there's likely to be large learning effects and potentially much faster growth trajectories than staying in primary commodity products. And it's allowed them also to obtain technologies and knowledge. So despite the fact that there may be this silver lining in terms of the education of the workforce, I think we shouldn't confuse this, and I think globalization has huge gains for the developing world, and any retreat from globalization is going to, in net, be harmful for developing countries.